Hi guys, welcome to the Savvy Money Show with me, your host Sean. We are outside, so I apologise for any background noise. Today we're talking about starting with a couple of SPACs and then moving on. Got a lot to go through. XL fleet to go public through SPAC merger with Pivotal. Well, I'm sure you've heard this before, but what does it mean? Well, we're going to start with Pivotal's rise. It's risen because they've announced this, obviously. What exactly is it? Now, clients include FedEx, Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, Verizon, Seattle Fire Department, Yale and Harvard. In the city of Boston. No offence, but those customers are amazing without including Yale and Harvard, because I don't think Yale and Harvard are going to be giving you the kind of oomph factor it is when you're going to school, but when it comes to selling EV hybrid systems, I doubt it. Anyway, let's have a look. And don't forget to hit that lovely like button, almost as lovely as me. Helps with the YouTube algorithm and getting the video out to more people. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Become part of the Savvy Money Show family. We give each other hints and tips and updates about stocks and shares we talk about on the show. As well as that, you can ask me to look into any share you want, and I don't charge a Discord fee or ask for a Patreon. All I do ask is for you to comment in the box below and hit the like button, even if you disagree with me. Especially if you disagree with me, I like a debate, and if I do something wrong, I want you to call me on it so I can improve the channel. And why not check out the links in the description below? There's lots of offers. I've used each one of them myself. I wouldn't give you links if I haven't checked them out myself. If you're looking for a free trading platform which should trade your stocks and shares, you can get a free share worth up to £200 for signing up and depositing a small amount. A free trade only requires a £1 deposit. The others require £100 or dollars, depending on which one you go for. Stake has over 3,500 US stocks on their books, which is the biggest one outside of the US. Whereas Trading 212 is one of the best and easiest platforms to use. But as I said, I use all three. Anyway, on with the show. Now, the hybrid system delivers a 25% mile per gallon increase and 20% reduction in CO2 emissions for class 2 to 6 fleets, including Ford, Chevy, GM and Isuzu, which, if you remember, Isuzu is the current USPS trucks. The XL plug-in gives 50% mile per gallon increase and 33% reduction in CO2. Now, problem with that is it's only on the Ford trucks and only on 2 of them. The XL link gives actionable intelligence on the metrics and emission reduction summaries. That's not too impressive. It's good to know, but my Nissan Leaf that is like 7 years old does the same and a lot more. Still, it's not go too much. This is the normal thing you'll see. I suggest you go to the site and have a look at it. Now, the thing is, we look at the technology. The warranty is still intact when they do this. This is that's the impressive thing. Managed to unchange factory warranties, which is good. But a lot of these companies like Ford will usually invalidate them if you touch the main thing. The traction motor, they say about regenerative braking, that's not that impressive. They make a big thing about this. I have it on the Nissan Leaf. All it is it's the way you drive it. They say it increases the range. It doesn't. You have a set range, and you're not using that range up so much if you're using regenerative braking. Now, yeah, it seems pretty good. What is good is the fact that they can fit it in 6 hours, and I would rather them be able to work on getting the XLP into the other vehicles. That would be amazing. I would definitely jump in then. But other than that, it seems okay. It seems pretty good. It seems like they've looked at what Workhorse has been doing with the final mile delivery. It's looked at Ford have also gone. Ford or Cash have gone in for the bidding using the excuse, well, we can go further with a hybrid section, and they've gone for a whole range of them, and using similar sort of technology as SHLL, but of course they can't use their technology, so they've had to tweak it a bit and put a few different things in it, and obviously their technology isn't as good as Hylian's because they can't use the same technology, but at the same time your truck isn't off the road for the same amount of time. I do think these, look, don't get me wrong, like the Tesla, they're the future, but these are the ones that are gonna soar in the meantime, because people are still not giving up their petrol cars. Some of them aren't switching to hybrid, but in London we have the ultra low emission zone, we have the congestion charge. Now if you're delivering into these areas, or if you're going in there every day, you can bypass that charge. At the same time you can save money, not have to buy a new truck simply by having this fitted, and it will pay for itself. You know, and then you wait until the Cybertruck, because you wouldn't be buying a Cybertruck when it first comes out. You will wait for the Cybertruck to come down in price, and then you'll pick that up. Now, I suggest you check it out, have a look on it. For me, I think it's worth an initial investment, and I'll move on to the next spec. The next one is charge point. I've used one of these myself, and it's not just about the charging points, it's also about the maintenance. They are not just operating in America, they're operating worldwide, and they have a larger number of charging stations already installed, and they're receiving money for that. And I'm sorry, but I've a lot of things to get onto, but I said about switchback energy before, charge point. If I knew it was going to, I would have scooped up loads of shares, but I do think it's a good one. Please do your own research into it. And we have Clean-Spark. A lot has been said about Clean-Spark and this microgrid technology, but the thing that sets it apart is its acquisition of Grid Fabric, and I think that is the microgrid technology, along with Grid Fabric, is just a match made in heaven. I do think it is one worth going into, one for the future. The thing is, whatever way the election goes, you know, look, let's face it, Biden, I'm not getting political, if Biden wins, then this is going to soar. If he doesn't, and the Workhorse contract gets the USPS deal, this is going to go up. You know, EV cars are becoming more mainstream, and this is the sort of thing that will go on the back of that. Reusable energy, and that uses microgrid technology and has moved more into the software as a service rather than the hardware, and is number one in its field. You know, that's where you got to look in there. It's not that expensive at the moment. I expect it to go up even more, and flux has had a dip again. Whatever way the election goes, I would go into another one. I spoke about Workhorse. Look, you either have your position by now or you don't, but right now I wouldn't sell, not until it's announced. Foreign merger, well, now foreign merger, they've just announced that they're on target to hit their expected earnings, but if you look through and do a deep dive, you'll see that they're actually on target to beat their earnings. But of course they don't want to say that, because there's been a downturn in this quarter. Even with the downturn, they're on target, and they're worried there may be another downturn. There's been huge growth this year, and which they predicted, and what you don't want is for it to blow up in their face. Better to under promise and over deliver, and the other way around. Now, they were originally, when they were $10 a share, they were going, I think it was 2.2 times their expected earnings, 2020 earnings. Now they're nearly $30 a share. I wouldn't be surprised to see them at $40 to $60 a share come merger time. They're going to, I think it's the 28th of September, they're having their vote to extend it. They don't need to, but it's a final vote. They've already put in the pre-anticipatory papers. There's been no change to them, but it's only so they can iron out all the little deals. This merger will go through. It's only so that they can make sure everything's gone through correctly. I'm sure you've seen all these lawyers trying to get people jump on the bandwagon and do an investigation, bring down the share price. Yeah, it's ridiculous, but it's what's happening now. So I said from the start this was a good company to get into. When Workhorse, I better say if Workhorse, for legal reasons, if it gets a USPS deal, and whatever it goes to, because I don't know if it's going to get all of it, if it goes to $50, $80, $100, hopefully $100 a share, because I can see a short squeeze coming on that. I may take like 5 shares of that and put into this, and it's something I have to decide. This is a lot like Beyond Meat, but more varied. It is Beyond Meat is one thing. It's like a burger, a sausage. Don't get me wrong, they have done amazing. This is a whole meal for vegetarians and vegans, and it's all prepared. You just have to warm it up. Why has there been a resurgence in the healthy meal boxes? Because people didn't want to go out and do the shopping. They couldn't go out and do the shopping, some of them. But we're lazy gits. You know we are. There wouldn't have been an obesity crisis if there wasn't. But you know that people do not want to cook for themselves. They do not want to try and be healthy. You get those that will not listen. So they try to be healthy on one hand by being vegetarian, and then they will throw it all away. Whether it's trying to be healthy or whether it's a lifestyle choice, and then they'll throw it all away by having ready-made meals. Whatever the reason, people are buying them. They have a huge customer base, and for the first time ever, the tattooed chef meals have outsold their other meals. And let me tell you how it works. They have traditionally, tattooed chef has traditionally been doing these meals for the likes of Costco and the other own brands company. And then what they do is they thought, oh, we may as well do our own. So they've done up their own. But their main business has always been Costco and own brands. They did all their marketing and they took a huge cut. Now they would have the own brands next to their brands, but their brands never sold. Now all of a sudden they are selling out. They are selling more of their own brand than they are of the own brands. They're selling more Tattoo Chef than their own brands. I've spoken about plug power earlier and blink charging, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Only saying that, you know, more EV cars on the road, the more charging points you're going to need. You'll see here, Pivotal Investment has risen on their news, so blink and plug will rise as well. You know, it's people thinking something's happening in the EV market. Nokia, don't know if you saw Jim Cramer come out and bash it saying, oh, they have a more expensive product, not as good. Sorry Jim, but Nokia don't just have one product. I don't know if you didn't know. Don't know what it is about him lately. Seem to be butting heads with him, and then a few weeks later I'm turning out right. I respect the guy immensely. I think it's because last year he went into Spaq stocks and it backfired on him. No, not Spaq stocks, sorry, Spec stocks. However, I am going against what he's recommending, and he's saying not to go into what I'm recommending. And it turns out, a few weeks down the line, he has to capitulate. Nokia, I think, wait for the Jim Cramer crowd to sell, and then you buy. If it drops below $4, at $3, you pick it up. Remember, Kramer was calling it a buy at $5 earlier in the year as a 5G stock. Now you wait and you wait for the sellers to get out the weekends, and then you get in. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today's show. Sorry it was a bit longer, and don't forget to hit the like button, comment in the box below. They both help with the YouTube algorithm. I'll see you in the next video.